Shanti, this is Sakar Murli of 11th August 2025. Morning Murli Bap Dada Madhuban. Essence, sweet children, you have to make your stage karmatic by studying, as well as that. You also have to show others the way to become a pure from impure. Therefore, do spiritual service. Question by remembering which mantra can you prevent yourselves from performing sinful acts? Answer: the Father has given you mantra: hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Remember this mantra. You must not perform any sinful acts through your physical organs. Everyone is the Iron Age commits sinful acts. This is why Baba shows you the way to imbibe the virtues of purity. This is the number one virtue. Om Shanti. In front of whom are you children sitting? It must surely be in your intellects that you are sitting in front of the purifier, the bestower of the salvations for all, our unlimited Father. Although that Father is in the body of Brahma, you still have to remember him. Human beings cannot grant salvations to anyone. No human beings can be called the purifier. You children have to consider yourself to be souls. He is the Father of all of us souls. That Father is making us into the Master of heaven. You children should know this, and so you should experience happiness. You children also know that from being residents of hell, you are becoming residents of heaven. You are being shown as very easy way. You simply have to remember him and also inculcate divine virtues into yourself. You have to examine yourself. There is the example of the Narad. The Father, the ocean of knowledge, gave all of those examples, all of the examples that sannyas, etc. give were originally given by the Father. People on the path of devotion simply continues to sing. Although they give examples of the tortoise, a snake, a whizzing bee, etc., they are not able to do anything themselves. On the path of devotion, they simply repeat the examples that the Father gives now. The path of devotion is of the past. Whatever happens in the practical way at this time is the later remember on the path of devotion. Although they celebrate the birthday of the deities and of the god, they don't know anything. You are now being to understand everything. You take teachings from the Father to become a pure from impure, and you also show others the way to become a pure from impure. This is your main spiritual service. First of all, give anyone who comes to you the knowledge of the souls. You are soul. No one knows about souls. Souls are imperishable. At the right time, a soul enters a body. Therefore, you repeatedly have to consider yourself to be a soul. The Father of all souls is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He is also the Supreme Teacher. You children have to remember this at every moment. You should not forget this. You now understand that you have to return home. Destruction is staring ahead of you. In a golden age, the deity family is very small. In the Iron Age, there are many human beings. There are innumerable religions and innumerable opinions. None of these things exist in the golden age. You children should keep these matters in your intellects throughout the day. This is study, is it not? In worldly studying, they have so many books, etc. They have to buy new books for each class. Here there is no question of books or scriptures, etc. Here there is just one thing, just one study. When the British government used to be here, it was a kingdom of the king, so they didn't use the photos of anyone but their king or a queen on the stamps. Nowadays they continue to make stamp of even devotees, etc., who have been and gone. When it is the kingdom of the Lakshmi and Nara, there will just be a picture of the one impure and impressed. It isn't that the picture of the deities who exist in the past have all been destroyed. No, people have a great interest in buying old pictures of the ancient deities because the deities are next to Shivbaba. You children have to combine all of these things in order to show the other path. This is a completely new state. You had this previously and claim a status. No one else knows this. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is teaching you Raj Yoga. The Mahabharat war is very well known. We shall see what happens as we progress further. Some says one thing and others says something else. Day by day human beings will continue to be touched by this. They even said that there is going to be the world war. Before it takes place, you children have to reach your karmatic stage through this study. However, there isn't a war between the devils and the deities. At this time, you are the Brahmans community and you then become the deities community. This is why you are imbibing divine virtues in this birth. The number one divine virtues is purity. You have been committed so much sin through your bodies. It is souls who are said to be sinful souls. Souls commit so much sins through their physical sense. Who is told, hear no evil? Souls? It is the souls who hear through their ears. The Father has reminded you children, you used to belong to the original internal deity's region. You have been around the cycle and so you now have to belong to it again. When these sweet memories emerge, the soul has courage to become a pure. It is in your intellect, how you played your parts of 84 parts. This is what you were in the beginning. This is the story. It should enter your intellect that 5,000 years ago we were deities. We souls are residents of the incorporeal world. Previously, we didn't have the slightest doubt about that being the home of us souls, and that we came from there to play our parts, that we become of the sun density and the moon density. You are now Brahma's density, the children of the Brahma. You have become the children of God. God sits here and gives you teachings. That Supreme Father is also the Supreme Teacher and the Supreme Guru. By following his directions, we are making all human beings elevated. Liberations and liberations in life are both elevated. We will go to our home, then come down as pure souls and rule. This is a cycle. This is called the discus of the self-realizations. This aspect is of this knowledge. The Father says your discus of self-realization should not stop. By spanning it continuously, your sins will be absorbed. You will conquer Ravan. Your sins will be erased. You now have awareness of all of this. Therefore, you can think about it. It isn't that you have to sit and turn the beads of the rosary. You souls have this knowledge inside you. Therefore, you children have to explain it to others, brothers and sisters. Those children will also become my helpers, will they not? I make you children into a spinners of the discourse of the self-realizations. I have this knowledge, which why I am called the ocean of knowledge, the seed of the hymn's world tree. He is also called the master of the garden. Shiv Baba has sown the seeds of the deity's region. You are now becoming deities. Even if you only continue to remember this much throughout the day, you can experience a great deal of benefit. You have to imbibe divine virtues. You also have to become a pure. Husband and wife live together and yet remain pure. There is no other region like this. On the path of isolations, only the mean remain pure. This says it's difficult for husband and wife to live together and remain pure. However, everyone was like this in the golden age, were they not? people sing the praise of the Lakshmi and Narayan. You now understand that Baba changed us from the Shudras into a Brahmas and is making us into a deities. We will then change from being worthy of worship to worshippers. Then, when you go onto the path of his sin, you will build temples to the Shiva and worship him. You children have this knowledge of your 24 paths. The father says you didn't know of your 84 paths. I tell you, no human beings can tell you this. The father is now making you into a spinners of the discus of the self-realizations. You souls are becoming pure. Your bodies cannot become a pure here. When you souls become a pure, you will have to leave your impure bodies. All souls have to become a pure and return home. The pure world is now being established. All the rest will return to the sweet home. Remember this. Together with having remembrance of the Father, you also have to remember your home, because you have to return home. You have to remember the Father in the home. Although you know that the Father enters this body and speaks this knowledge to you, don't allow your intellect to break away from the supreme adopt your sweet home. The teachers leaves his homes and comes here to teach you. After teaching you, he will go far away. He can go anywhere in a second. A soul is such a teeny point. You should be amazed. The Father has given you this knowledge of souls. You also know that there is nothing dirty in a heaven through which your hands or a feet or a clothes would become a deity. The costumes of the deities are very beautiful. Their clothes are first class. There will be no need to wash them. There should be so much happiness on seeing them. The soul knows that this is what we are to become for our future 21 births. Simply continue to look at this. Everyone should have this picture. You should have a great happiness that this is what Baba is making you. So why do you children of such a father cry? You should not have any worries. People go to temples of the deities and sing songs of the phrase, you are full of all virtues, etc. They recite so many names. All the names that they remember are written in the scriptures. Who wrote them in the scriptures? Vesas or even some new ones write them the scriptures. Earlier, the Granth was very small and handwriting. They have now made it very large. They must surely have made additions to it. Guru Nanak simply comes to establish a religion. Only the one gives this knowledge. Even Christ simply comes to establish a religion. When everyone has come down, you will then all return. Who is the one who sends you home? Is it Christ? No, he is in a different name, from a Tamopardhan stage. He has to pass through the Sato, Rajo, Tamo stage. At this time, everyone is a Tamopardhan. Everyone is in a stage of the total decay. At this time, having taken rebirth, those of all regions have become a Tamopardhan. Everyone now definitely has to return home. The cycle has to turn again. First, the new region that exists in the golden age is needed. The Father comes and establishes the original internal deity region. Then destruction has to take place. There is establishment, destruction, and then sustenance. In the golden age, there is just one region. Do you remember this? Become aware of the whole cycle. We will now complete this cycle of 84 paths and then return home. While walking and talking speeds a discuss of the self-realization. Those people said that Sri Krishna had a discuss of the self-realizations with which he killed everyone. They have shown a picture of Akasur and Bakasur, pair of devils. However, there was nothing like that. You Children now have to remain spender of the discourse of the self-realizations because your sins will be cut away by doing that. Any devilish nature will finish. There cannot be a war between the deities and the devils. Devils exist in the Iron Age, whereas the deities exist in the Golden Age, and there is a confluence age in between. The scriptures belong to the path of devotions. They have no name or trace of this knowledge. The ocean of knowledge is the one Father of all. Without the Father, no souls can become a pure or return home. You definitely have to play your parts, therefore, you now also have to remember your cycle of 84 births. We will go into our golden age new birth. We will not receive such a birth again. There is a Shivbaba and this Brahmakumaris. There is a Lokik Father and the Paralokik Father, and this is the Alokik Baba. It is only at this time that you call this one Alokik. You children remember Shiv Baba, not Brahma. Although people go to the worship Brahma in the dead temple, that worship is only of the perfect awake image in the stubble region. This bodily being is not a worthy of being worshipped. He is a human being. Human beings are not worshipped. Brahma is portrayed with a breed. Therefore, you can tell that he belongs here. Deities don't have a breeds. All of these things have been explained to you children. Your name is the glorified, and this is why your temples have been created. The Somnath temple is the highest of all. What happened after you were giving the nectar to drink? Now look at the Dilwala temple here. That temple is an accurate memorial. You are shown sitting on the ground doing tapasya, and heaven is portrayed up above. People think that heaven is up above somewhere. How could they create heaven down below in the temples? That is why they portrayed it up above on the ceiling. Those who created them didn't understand anything. You have to explain this to the millionaires. You have now received this knowledge, therefore you can give it to many others. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children. Love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to spiritual children. The spiritual children say Namaste to spiritual father. Essence for Dharna. In order to finish your devilish nature, spin the discus of the self-realizations as you move around. Keep the whole cycle in your awareness. 2. Together with having remembrance of the Father, your intellect should also be connected to the home the Supreme adore. Think about the things that the Father has reminded you of and benefit yourself. Blessings, may you be filled with all virtues, and together with that also be specially infusional. A particular specialty. Doctors have the knowledge of all general illness, but together with those, some become well known with the special knowledge in a particular field. In the same way, you children definitely have to become filled with all virtues, but you should now continue to move forward by becoming experienced in a particular specialty and use it in a service you do. Just as a Saraswati is worshipped as the goddess of the knowledge, and the Lakshmi is worshipped as the goddess of the wealth. In the same way, whilst you have all the virtues and the power, especially do research in a particular specialty and make yourself infusional in that. Slogan: make the snack of the wise your bed of easy yoga, and you will remain constantly carefree. I will signal in order to be an easy yogi, become an experience in a God's love. Since your mind belongs to the Father, the question of how can I engage my mind or how can I love Him cannot arise, because when you are always merged in a love, when you are embodiments of the love and have become a master of ocean of love, you don't then have to make effort to love Him, because you have to become an embodiment of love. The more the rays of the sun of knowledge and enlightenment increase, the more the waves of love scourge. Acha, Om Shanti.